Hey guys, Mark from Gunpla Network here, and today I'm bringing you my unboxing, courtesy of Gus from Side 7 Exports. This dude is awesome. He has surprised me with this kit. I wasn't expecting this for a review, but gladly will accept it. I love the RX-78. I think everyone's a fan of the original design. Now, this is the 1 Year War version. We'll put a link in the description below to the Side 7 website. And this is kind of I think it's somewhere between the 1.0, 1.5 and 2.0. If we can get that focus up. 2007. Okay. I don't know if these are rare as such, but I mean, this is a Bandai Spirit's blue logo, so it's obviously a recent reprint, not the red logo. There are two versions. You could get the 1 Year War version or the 1 Year War, it's like a PS2 game version. And that's where this design comes from. So taking a look around the box here, I do like this design. I'm torn between whether this one and the Verkar is my favorite. Not a fan of that color of the weapons. It shows here that you can pull off an action pose. There's the weapons, some markings, which I assume are dry transfer from 2007. Alright, taking a look around the side here, talking about the arm, the shoulder. Now, it shows a cockpit, but there is no core fighter in this design. Talking about some posing you can get done, the action figure. Alrighty, let's crack open that box. So what we're seeing here, very small foil sheet, and that's for the eyes and the cameras by the look of it, and that's it. Then you got some dry transfers. And you've also got some, yeah, that's 1 Year War vision. And you've also probably got some stickers in there, I'm guessing. Oh, and you've got the chain for the Gundam hammer. Alrighty. So yeah, I love the artwork, the design of this booklet. I love when they come like this, and a couple of the other ones like the Jester and stuff have come like that now, compared to some of the other booklets in between 07 and 2020. I like this black looking booklet. Now this is really cool. They're giving us a kind of a space celestial map showing all the battles the RX-78 was involved in between Side 7 and Earth. Then when it's on Earth, there's the battles it was involved in. And then it's talking about the verses. So there was the MSO Success, obviously Shah. Then you had the Goof, Dom, Zagok. Yeah, like that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, all in Japanese, but hold your phone over it. Google Translate should take care of it. Now the runners. So, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so with polycaps 10. Fairly low runner count for an MG. Just talking about the assembly and all the parts you get there. Gundam hammer. It's really interesting. I've never had one before. Although this will only be my second RX-78 master. Alright, if we're taking a look around, you're going to first up build the body unit. And I mean, it's looking pretty simple internally so far. There is a frame compared to the last kit I just did, the ground type. Yeah, there's even an inner part of the backpack. Display without the cover, I guess, and a maintenance diorama. So once you've done the torso and backpack, you're onto the arm units. It's looking pretty easy so far. Now, I have built the 3.0 before, so this is going to be kind of like a really hard to describe, like a really complex, detailed versus a really more simple, detailed version. MS tracks in UC0079. I guess that's more info talking about the battles you have with Shah. There's your painting guide. I've already painted up one figure for the 3.0, so I might throw it inside. I'm not sure. There you go. Talking about the frame mechanisms, and I believe there is some special gimmicks on the frame. So this is somewhere I was led to believe like it might be the 1.0 and the 1.5 to 2.0. There might be some combinations of bits into the leg units. Oh, that's interesting. You actually pull bits out. It's like a key that you pull out and then use it to, yeah, push things back in place. There is a couple of screws again, like my last build. All right, and then you armor up and continue on again with the left leg unit. Okay. Legs and feet done. Onto the waist. Now, I think this is going to be a ball joint design, yeah, so it's not going to have a huge amount of articulation around there compared to some kits, but oh well. Once you've done with the waist, that's it. You're on to the beam rifle and hyper bazooka. Now, I will note that there is barely any color separation there. This all comes in one color, so you'll have to do some masking if you want to. And I may very well, I think, show you what you could do with the bazooka and the rifle. Shield looks pretty cool. One thing I do dig about this design, guys, is the surface detail. There's a lot of panel lines, which are going to look really cool. All right, so you can store everything on the shield or the back or holding, and it looks like you can pull off that kind of like, you know, he's diving down with the beam saber. He's just cut a Zaku in half. And there it is on the back, and I'm gonna guess, yeah, that looks like it's painted. Okay, first up, we're looking at the A-Runner. All right, and then you see that lovely kind of surface detail you've got going on. You've got a blue, a red, and a yellow, all a tricolor runner. Got 4 if you include the clear. There is some chain links and stuff. That's for the Gundam hammer and some screws for the legs. Don't lose those, very important, and you will need a small screwdriver for that. Jeweler's sets are handy for that, or glasses. Alright, there's your B runner, and we've got some more detail. Head, V-fin. I like that kind of small RX-78 V-fin in white. There's your Amuro Ray figure. Beam sabers. Okay, pretty cool. Now you get 2 of the C runner, and that's again in white. And that's just because you've got obviously 2 arms, 2 legs, side skirts. And if I can get that to focus up, yep. White is always the hardest thing to focus on, even if it's not like a special white. Okay, D, we've got the, it's kind of like this purple runner. I don't know how to describe it. It is terrible. I dislike this color with a passion, so I think that's the runner that's going to get most of my painting before the review. I'll probably paint the rest of the kit after too, but for now. Okay, now this is the inner frame, and the inner frame runner on E is actually this kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like a gray-green almost. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Not a fan of those looking hands, the 3, 1, and thumb, but that's what we got for now. Here you go. Version 1.5 RX-78. Yeah, so I thought there was some 1.5 in here. There's more of the inner frame. It's the legs by the look of it, and yeah, legs and arms. Gray-green again. Okay, J-Runner, and this is weird because this is kind of like, almost like a real grade. You get pre-assembled legs. Alright, here's your polycaps. Not too many used there. It's there's a lot crossed out on the guide. There's your SB4. That's the beam saber effect parts, and they're kind of curved. Alrighty, guys. That brings us to the end of the unboxing. Sorry it was a while. I just wanted to go over it all. Big thanks to Side 7 Exports for sending this over. I'm going to get this assembled, painted, and out for review, and I'll get back to you on my version. I'll compare it to the 3.0. Bye-bye, and keep building.